Well, good morning. We are now at Saranac Lake. I have Aroni Tora. Finally made it. He was supposed to arrive on Saturday, and your flight in the morning got delayed, so then you were going to take off at 5 p.m. Then that flight got canceled. Then you were scheduled the next day to fly out of Dallas, and that got canceled. And then you were to fly out the day after that to Dulles. You got to Dulles late. Then that flight got canceled, so you slept the night. Where'd you sleep the night at?
The terminal.
The terminal. So the man without a home for a little while. So he was sleeping in Dulles Airport, and then finally we got him on another set of flights the next day to fly to Dulles to Chicago, then to Vermont. So he's finally here. So we had a 3-day dry dock, I call it. And so we are ready to continue on. So we got our canoe ready to go right under the bridge after the portage here in Saranac Lake. And that's the way we're gonna go. All right, just getting started here from Saranac Lake. Got the river walk here right by here, which is kind of neat. Take a look over here. You can come walk through this entire area. There's a nice little brewery right up here on the left. Saranac Lake is a really special town. I've been coming out here a fair amount over the last like 7-8 years. My son did his Eagle Scout project out here in Saranac Lake, just outside of Saranac Lake on Floodwood Pond. Built some picnic tables and canoed them out to remote sites, which is really cool. But definitely come out and visit here at Saranac Lake. A lot of nice little restaurants, a lot of history here. History with curing tuberculosis. There's something about the atmosphere, the oxygen, the cool temperatures really helped out a lot of people back in the day. So we're right over here at Five Falls campsite. This is a site that you can actually reserve. Call the owner, Eric Fall. His phone number is on the app. And just ask if you can use it. And if it's available, he'll say yes. All right, Aroni. Your first portage with a canoe cart.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Great. Wait till you try it on a regular trail. All right, we're on Franklin Falls Pond. This is mile marker, I think 100. There's a campsite back there on that island over there. A couple of houses on this lake on the left side. Little wind with us, which is very helpful, right, Aroni?
Yes, sir.
What do you think of the day so far, my brother?
It's been going well so far, man.
Good. Glad to hear it. And the Franklin Falls portage is right here. Very easy to find, and then you turn right. Aroni doing what he does best. Gather firewood. How you doing?
Good, man. I think we're going to have issues with firewood.
Yeah, we don't have enough, do we? Not enough dead stuff around here. That looks like a good one all the way out in the distance. See where the bark all peeled off? So what we got here is we got a platypus filled with water that was iced. We have a cooler in here with 2 steaks in there we're going to cook up tonight. And I also brought a small flask of a special bourbon mixture cocktail that I like to have. And it is ice cold. Aroni and I, cheers.
Cheers.
Drink number 2. Good stuff.
So I'm 51 years old, and as I get older, I guess I got wiser. You can't firewood with handles on it, so gotta work smarter, right?
That's right.
I'm too old for this, so here we go.
Gonna cook a couple of steaks on the grill. There we go. Gonna get a bunch of coals going here. Aroni's having a little butter with a steak. How is your steak, young man?
It was perfect.
Yeah? What's so perfect about it?
Medium rare, just right. After a long day.
All right, we're out here in Plattsburgh. As we had a 3-day hiatus where we couldn't paddle because this guy decided to sleep overnight in the airport.
I'm sorry, man.
And talking with Mr. Craig Von Bargen there, our river steward, he suggested that we bypass from Clayborg all the way down, just because the water's so low. We would just be getting hammered, and we're two old men.
Right.
So we hired his services. He shuttled us down here. We had a nice little breakfast, a nice little discussion, learned more about the Saranac waters, the Adirondack State Park, Lake Champlain, and the journey that we're about to continue on with. So
And this is the mouth of the river.
mouth of the river right here. Well, Craig, thank you very much. We appreciate you very much and being out there, and your Forest to Field campsite. I know everyone appreciates it. Everybody that we ever hear from and talk to about everything says this is the guy you always want to stay at his campsite. So we did not, but we will be there at the next time that we can. All right, we're out of the mouth of the river, coming into Lake Champlain here. Got a little bit of a headwind. So Lake Champlain got to be like 3-footers here, so we're turning left. I'm gonna go over to this road and take a breather and figure out what we need to do next. But we could not get past Cumberland Head. Woo! All right, well, we tried to go around Cumberland Head. It's just the wind came a little strong on us. It doesn't look at it here, but it was like 3-footers out there white capping. We were probably about a quarter mile from Cumberland Head and making a turn, and it just was too much. So we're gonna dry out a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and try to figure out what we want to do next. Got to be safe. There's Plattsburgh. Yeah, that was a fun experience. We went from a nice and calm, you saw the video there of leaving Plattsburgh, and we are heading into the wind a little bit. And by the time we got to a quarter mile out from the end of the point there to turn around to kind of cross to Vermont, we had 3-footers. It was pretty, we kept trying to push it a little bit and cutting right to it, but we just wasn't safe, wasn't smart. So we got a little bit of water in the boat, and we were like, that's it. So we saw the road over here, and this will take us right here to the ferry, and we'll take a look at the ferry and see how rough the water is. But I think what we'll do is we'll cross with the ferry. Maybe what we'll do to make it more legit, we'll keep walking around the ferry the entire time while it's going, so we can make it more legit. But this is our trip. We're gonna do what we came to do, whether it's take the ferry or whatever, but we're enjoying it. We're having a great time. We're staying safe. Didn't capsize yet, touch wood. Got my man Aroni up front guiding us here on the road.
That way.
That way. Seeing a part of New York that I haven't seen, because I live in Vermont and I've been to Plattsburgh, but I've never been out on this peninsula other than to take the ferry in my car. So that's been kind of a neat experience, experiencing it from the water, because I've never been in the water out here in Plattsburgh. Experience this road, and people have stopped and waved and asked us what we were doing, and we just said we were canoeing and going over to Maine, and like, wow. So, and we got plenty of nice fresh water. Thank you, Craig, for that. That was awesome. First time on this ferry, buddy?
Yes, first time.
Yeah, it's gonna be a smart move just to get across. And then we gotta go all the way up that way by that sailboat on the other side. So we're back on the water. A very nice lady named Colleen here saw us and asked us about our cart and what we were doing and all that, and she goes, let me give you some local knowledge, and basically explained there's a lot of little bays here, so even though it might be a little bit of rough water out there, if you keep hugging the bay, you'll be fine. And anyway, she gave us a really nice cold soda, let us use her property at a nice house over there. Very nice, sweet lady. So we got a nice little conversation, and we're gonna go head on. Well, we got off the water just in time. It was not on the radar, but we saw it coming, so we decided to just stay here a little bit longer. I had to go to the bathroom earlier, and then we had lunch, and we're gonna stay here for a bit. right, we're almost at the bridge. We're in the gut. It's got a little, the wind has kind of changed a little bit directions. But we're doing the best we can. Got some white caps out here. Here we go. Yeah, these waves are really, really strong. They're larger than the ones we were on earlier today. I mean, you just kind of see us rolling with these things. And every now and then we get one that's just monstrous. I feel like I could surf on it. But we're keeping it in check. We're right near the shore. If there's a problem, we go over. We're still getting closer and closer to Heroes Welcome. A little bit of rain right now. That is a sight for sore eyes, man. That was some serious paddling we did. Heroes Welcome. This is the place to come to. Yes, the Missisquoi River. Paddled it a few times in my days as a scout leader. It's a river you don't really want to drink water from, even if you filter it and all that kind of stuff, because there's a lot of farms that a lot of the runoff from the manure. So don't drink this water. There's plenty of places you can get water from here, starting at Swanton and then working your way up even at the Highgate Falls Dam. You can go up there to Highgate a little bit, walk up. You can get water in Sheldon. You can get water up in Enosburg. The Abbey, there's a restaurant. You can stop there and get something. So anyways, just wanted to pass that on. We're at the Highgate Dam here. Very nice stairs, Northern Forest Canoe Trail. Well done. So we got fresh new gravel here. We came across a crew working on the Northern Forest Canoe Trail. They put gravel all the way down just about to the campsite. Great to see them doing all that work. And they were appreciative to see us as through paddlers. All right, so we got to the end of this portage here, and this dam broke. So if you take a look over here, yes, you can see that the dam is right there, but there's that black angle thing right there. That's like an air ballast or a balloon that fills up and comes all the way across at that level. And they can raise and lower that, and they'll raise and lower the water level. But if you can take a look in the valley, all the green that you see out here, that's all covered with water. The edge is right where it's always at. So this is low by like 20 feet. It's really not a safe place to put in over here either. And so looking down here, I guess we could put it down there, but I was speaking with, I think his name was Alex, the assistant trail director in Northern Forest Canoe Trail. He was the one working over with a group on the other side there, and he said he hasn't canoed it when it's low. He's not 100% sure if it's good or not to go. So the safe conservative bet here is to take the roads, which isn't too bad because there's a gas station just up the road here. We'll get some ice cold drinks. All right, here we go. Your NFCT trail stewards hard at work. Here they are, getting a little lunch break out here. All right, we caught up to the section here where we would have pulled out of the river anyways. But the water is so low. I mean, I live out here and I've driven by this many times. I've never seen it this low before. And of course, with the dam being down, I don't think that really will have a factor this far upriver. But we've been walking a long ways. So this 78 there at East Highgate is a little fast. We're gonna get into 30-mile-an-hour zones here, but my plan all along was to come out here, portage, and then follow 78 up. We're gonna go uphill a little bit, but there's a Lamoille Valley rail trail up there that once you get up the hill a little bit, you turn right, and that'll take you all the way over to Sheldon. So you bypass the big horseshoe here on the Missisquoi, and this whole section is just like this all the way around. So prepare yourselves. Turn left on Métier Road. Gonna go up the hill here. You could go down that private road there. and Portage. This is the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail. It will intersect with the other rail trail coming up, which I think is called the Missisquoi Rail Trail, where we will turn left, and that'll be in Sheldon. All right, Aroni.
So nice.
This is what we call a trail angel. This is Deb.
Yes. Yes, you
Deb
are.
knows that we're out here doing this trail. She's been following a lot of my other canoe videos that you've been on too, Aroni, over the years. And so she offered to get us something here. And right here in Sheldon Junction, we came across and she brought us some cold water.
I am literally 3 houses up.
And she lives just up the road there, which is perfectly convenient. So
I'll see you guys walking by and I'll just wave from the pool.
yeah, we might run up there and jump in the pool.
You kind of it'd be shorter for you to go up the road. Go around that way. The pool water's like bath water. Right?
Well, thank you for the water. This has been a great
welcome.
refresher.
There's, like I said, there's extra in there.
Thank you.
So I'm like, if we can't be out of water, how the heck do you manage that?
We're not. We've got warm water.
Oh, well, yeah.
So cold water tastes better.
Oh, of course it does. I thought.
Here's a section where you hit the Missisquoi Valley Rail Trail and you turn left. After a long day on the trail, what you do is you stop here at the Abbey and you come on in this nice beautiful bar restaurant. Clean bathrooms, pool table, get yourself a beverage at the bar, something to eat. So that's what we're gonna do. Any good?
Delicious.
5 stars. 5 stars. All right, so we're gonna turn down the right here on this road. And there's an iron bridge here to the right we're going to put in and canoe the rest of the way to Enosburg. Looking at the distance, those mountains there, the one on the left is called Jay Peak, J-A-Y. Great ski resort, indoor water park, golf course, all kinds of fun stuff to do. So if you ever want to come up to Vermont and just kind of chill in the winter, literally, or in the summer, you can go to Jay Peak. All right, so we're back on the Missisquoi. There is a good little current going, but we seem to be doing all right, holding our own. It did have a bunch of thunderstorms yesterday, so it filled up, even though the water level is still really low, but up in this part, it's flowing pretty fast. But we're gonna keep paddling on through to Enosburg. All right, what town are we in here? What is this here?
It's Berkshire.
East Berkshire.
East Berkshire,
Vermont.
that's right. So Roni and I were doing the walk because the river is just way too fast, and I run into Pat and Joanne. Pat and Joanne have known for many years. We've done a little bit of work together at some auctions and stuff. She's got a granddaughter, my daughter's age, got a daughter.
I graduated with your mother and father-in-law.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff, and we were always gambling on auctioneering prices and stuff like that. But what a pleasant surprise to see you guys right here. This is awesome. Trail magic, here it is, getting you all pumped up and excited. So
There you go. Well,
Great to see you
I'm
guys.
excited for you guys. That's awesome.
yep.